here in the beginning. About 2 years ago, we sat out in front of a dilapidated, broken down structure that most felt was only good for destruction at that point. And through a prayer, we were inspired by our good friend Pastor Morris to try something a little bit different, and that was to rebuild this back to better than it was in its glory day.
At the end of the day, it's all about, and HUD and Secretary Donald would want me to say, Deputy Secretary Sims would want me to say, it's all about housing the families you're going to serve.
John Mabry, Mississippi Development Authority.
It's wonderful to be here today. To look around this facility, I remember coming here about 1.5 years ago and visiting and seeing the slum and blighted property with Gentry, and him putting on the sales pitch. This is what's needed. I mean, he fought for the local community here. Said it was a need. We want to bring this back. We want to bring it back the way it used to be. So we went back to the drawing board, and all the projects have been awarded. So we had to work with our friends at HUD to do an action plan change. It's a fairly complicated process. Go back and change our plan so we could look at individual projects based on need. And we did that, thanks to HUD working with us. What we're able to do from there was go through, it is I come from the private sector. And it is bureaucratic going through a process, but it's a process you have to go through. And you follow it. We went through it, rated, scored, and the project qualified. Sat down with the governor on a number of occasions and said, look, this is the real deal. These guys are physically responsible with less than $20,000 per unit that they're putting into these projects. That's incredible compared to our own projects. These guys say that they can deliver. Great. Said it was a good project for a number of reasons. And it goes back to HUD's points. Removal of slum and blight. Close proximity to schools. Close proximity to jobs. I mean, this is the type of project that, and HUD will tell you that they want. So we were able to get the project awarded and funded. We had a few hiccups along the way, as far as, environmental process that you've got to go through. It's a rigorous environmental process. We got through it thanks to our friends with URS and Horn, and my team, Lieutenant Sills, Connie Lois. We got through it. And Gentry did what he said he was going to do. His team did what he said he was going to do. And that is deliver on this project. I mean, it's nice to see the pictures from before and now where we're at after. I mean, we've got 209 units there. And one of the requirements set up front was, Gentry, we need to make sure we take care of handicap accessible. We've got a number of units in here that are handicap accessible. I want to say about 10% of the units are handicap accessible. So we went through those fine details. It's a fine place here today. I'd like to remind everyone, all this started out with our governor, our congressional delegation, what I call the dream team, securing $5.4 billion for our state. And coming through our good friends at HUD. And we've been able to, in the last about 2.5 years I've been on board with the governor, tapped us on the shoulder and said, hey, look, I want a team dedicated to disaster recovery. We need to get this money out. We need to get these units built. I want to see it move. Well, I'm happy to report today that we've got $3.5 billion of the $5.4 billion out the door. We've got nearly over $800 million in construction projects that are underway in public facilities. 70% of the $5.4 billion is allocated directly towards housing. The other 30% is in infrastructure and jobs. You can't have one without the other. You cannot have one without the other. So I stand here today, and I tell you, from the housing perspective, we've got over 5,000 units online today through our small rental program, our long-term workforce housing program, and our public housing program. We've got over 28,000 folks on the coast, homeowners, that have received a homeowners grant, totaling $2 billion. So we're moving into a lot of the heavy lifting, which is our infrastructure projects, our public facilities, which you'll see start coming online. And your police stations, your fire stations, your harbors, and your waterfront projects. Those create jobs. But with that said, I just kind of want to give people the big picture where we are with overall recovery. But this project here has been with me. I mean, this is one that I fought for with Gentry, taking it to the government, taking it to HUD, and to HUD all along has been a partner in this one. Helped me fight this one through. And I certainly thank them for it, because it wouldn't happen if we wouldn't have done that. And so today, you guys have a nice facility to be proud of here, and I'm just proud to be a part of it. Thank you.
Follow up on that one last time. There's so many things right now that we can be angry about, and some of them rightfully so, with our government and not doing things correctly. Well, this is one they did correctly. They worked with the private sector. They made this happen for this community. And I hope you leave a little bit prouder today that sometimes our country does get things right, and we are capable of walking out of this pit we've been in the last couple of years.
Thank you.